Hi, I am Faisal. I'm working as a pre-sales consultant within Redington for the HP networking. Today's agenda, basically, we are going to get onto the networking introduction with the HP products and a little bit on the product categories and the wireless and the certification which has to be done to enhance the partnership level, and a bit on IDS configurator. Initially, the networking brand within HP is known as Proco. 2 years back, we acquired a brand called 3Com, and now Proco and 3Com, all these things put together, is known as HPN, and there is no Proco brand, Proco networking for a brand for the networking, and it is altogether known as HP networking. HP as such now can provide a complete converged solution starting from the system, laptops, servers, storage, networking, components, starting from the switches, routers, wireless components and management software, and the power and cooling solution. The power and cooling solution is about the RPS and the APS, which can which can enhance the power of the PoE capacity of the switch, and for the redundant power supplies. The basic keylights of going to HP networking is most of the stackable switches are 50% less, all green certified switches, and power consumption wise it is 50% less than the competing vendors. And most of the switches have lifetime warranty, so there is no need for you to go for additional care pack support or the support services. So by default it has a lifetime warranty. It includes the fan, power supplies and the modules of the core switches as well for the mid-enterprise segment. And the third thing is about the single pane management software solution, which is a single pane management software which can manage the complete switches, networking and routers and wireless from a single window. And we also have a single switch OS. If you're going for advanced level of networking with the A series products, from the switches, routers and the core switches, we have a single version of OS, and you will have a simple command line interface, and there will not be much confusion on configuring the entire system. And end of the day, we have, as a partners, we have higher margins when you're going with the HPN products. This slides explain you about the different type of products, the market segments we can enter into. Start with enterprise, mid-enterprise, SMB and security portfolio. We have larger switches which can cater to the enterprise needs, and mid-enterprise for the hospitality and the educational sector, and XMB, like now we have unmanaged and web-managed switches, which is a low-cost one, which can cater into the XMB sector, and we have a whole set of security portfolio under HP. This slide explains about the whole bunch of products we have on the enterprise segments. We have core switches, aggregation, access layer switches, and then a set of HP blade systems, and IMC management software to manage the complete portfolio, starting from the core, aggregation, access, servers, and we have a tipping point solution, which is a world-class solution on the security platform. It is basically an IPS device. Then on the router side, we have 12 slot and 18 slot routers, which can cater to major data center requirements. This again give you an idea about what products can be positioned on the core side and aggregation and the edge side for enterprise networking. We have stackable switches which can be positioned on core switches and both on the core and the aggregation side. We have edge switches. There are a lot of TCP switches also available, which can be positioned on the edge based on the requirement. These slides give you an idea of what is the terabyte capacity of switches we have. We have a maximum terabyte capacity of 13.2 terabytes. Which comes with a 18 slot switch, which is the maximum capacity of backplane available with us. and most of these switches support MPLS, and this all supports MPLS, and this all supports virtualization concept also. So in most of the switches, 12500, 9500 and 7500 series of switches and 5820 stackable models, the IRF is supported, and with the use of IRF we can make use of the efficient use of the bandwidth. If you're having two different core switches, we can club it together to act like a single core switch. I mean, clustering, sort of clustering is possible with the IRF protocol, which is a proprietary one. And these are all the switches on the enterprise level for the stacking options. We have options of 10 per 100 and gigabit options, like we have PoE and non-PoE models. We have some switches which can support IRF clustering also in this. And one of the beauty is these as stackable switches, and the core switches is the same OS platform, so you will have a similar command line interface on all the switches. These switches are normally used on the mid-enterprise modular switches, mainly on the hospitality sector. So we have two switches which can be used as a core switch and edge switch. 5406 and 540 series and 8200 series, which has 6 slot and 12 slot options in that. And we have different modules also which can be populated on that. Then 4200 is 8 slot and 4 slot JC switch, which can be used on the edge purpose. It can support only non-PoE modules. We can grow up to 24 into 8 number of ports in a single JC switch. The difference between 5400 and the A200 is the redundancy in the management module, which is available on the A200 series. Redundancy on the fabric, management module and supervising module all are available on the A200 series, whereas the same is not available on the 5400 series. This slide explains about the fixed port switches we have on the mid-enterprise segment. Basically the layer 2 switches we have is 2530, 2520. 2520 is basically a PoE model, and 30 also we have a gigabit PoE model. There are these series 2810 and 2510 series, a couple of switches are going to be end of sale, and 4210 series has already become end of sale. Then for the light layer 3 option, light layer 3 is something which can support static routes and RIP protocol version 1 and version 2 on top of the basic layer 2 features. And we have 2910 and 2620 model of switches. Basically we have PoE and non-PoE models, and 2620 caters to 10 per 100 speed range, and 2910 is a gigabit one. And we have full layer 3 options also available, starting from 6600 series, which is basically a data center switch, top of rack switch. Then 3800 series, which is also a top of rack switch. And 3500 series, you can by default it comes with the light layer 3 option. You can enhance that with a full layer 3 by using a premium edge license on top of that. Then these are all the smart managed switches options we have. Basically smart managed is also called as web managed options. We have 1810 series and 1910 series. Basically for the web managed, these are all lower cost one, and this can be positioned on the XMB sector. And we have PoE options also available on the 1910 series. And we have set of unmanaged switches. These switches are plug and play options. We have a maximum of 24 gigabit switch available on the unmanaged option. And starting from 5 ports to, there are 8 ports options available, and 16 port and 24 port. Both are available. We have in gigabit and 10 per 100 speeds. Again, this gives an idea of managed switches we have on this portfolio. Basically the 2510 and the 2520 are the basic layer 2 managed switch. Even the 2530 is the latest addition to that. It comes with gigabit PoE and non-PoE options of 24 port and 48 port. 2620 models and the 2910 model belongs to the light layer 3 category. 2620 can cater to 10 per 100 speed, and 2910 can cater to a gigabit speed. We have options of 24 port and 48 port available on both the cities. Basically, these are all the normally used stackable switches from the HPN networking. So the prices which is been reflecting on the bottom is a list price. So there's nothing to worry about that. So you will be having discount on top of that. This is a comprehensive router portfolio we have. The first two series, 800 series and 600 series can be used on the data centers, whereas the rest of the series like MSR 20, 30 and 50 series can be used on the branches. Now, the beauty is if you are going for A series switches on the edge and the core, along with these routers, all this has a single OS, COM platform, and you will be having a single command line interface for all this. So the management of all the devices will be much easier. This is the management software. We have it is called as IMC, and we have almost 16 to 24 plug-in modules available to manage different part of the network. For example, if you want to manage a wireless portfolio, we have to add a wireless plugin on top of the base management software with that many number of access point license. So you'll be able to manage the complete wireless portfolio. Like that for user administration and a lot of different stuffs we have. One of the beauty of this management software is on top of all the HPN components, we can manage third-party switches like Cisco, Juniper, or whichever is managed one, and we can get a SNMP trap from them. All those switches can be managed with the IMC management software. And going to the wireless portfolio, we have JC based wireless. In the enterprise wireless, we have JC based models which can cater from 128 to 640 access points, and we have 5004 which is standalone appliance which can start from 64 to 256 access points, and 3000 is a basic controller which can cater up to 24 access points. We have two different models of PPs available on the N series, which is N series capable with single and dual radio options on the enterprise wireless portfolio. One of the disadvantages of this wireless network, in the enterprise wing, is we don't have an outdoor wireless in this particular wireless platform. Moving to the mid-enterprise wireless, the MSM brands, we have JC based wireless and controller based, standalone controllers available, which can go up to go from 40 to 200 access points maximum, and the minimal standalone controller can go up to 40 access points maximum. And we have different access points starting from ABG series and N series with dual radio and again with external antenna. All those options are available with this particular MSM wireless. And we have on top of that, we have an MSM 317 device. This is basically, you can use this device on the hospitality segment, where in which it is a single wired and a wireless component. It can give you four ports, four wired outputs, and on top of that you will get a PoE output, and wireless network is also possible with this particular device. And you need to have a controller on top of that to manage the number of 317 devices. This can be basically used on the hotel segments. And if you want to enhance, if you want to take this network to the big enterprise solution, you can move up to 800 access points by teaming 5 controllers together to a single controller. So with the expansion option is not only 200, we can go up to 800 access points as a maximum limit. So this is the Alliance One partner is basically a services module which can get onto the 54 or the A200 series JC based switch, and you can install the below components like Avast, Trace and Microsoft and NetScout, Riverbed, all those third-party softwares on this particular module. And you can, instead of going for a separate standalone server for installing this softwares, you can use one of the module to act like a server on the core JC switch itself. This one again displays you the complete portfolio. We have data center switches, web managed switches, unmanaged switches, wireless APs, controllers, and software license, UTM, enterprise firewall, and a couple of firewalls also we have, which can cater from 400 Mbps to 800 Mbps. And on top of all these things, I mean the routers, access points, web managed, all the switches and firewalls, we have UC also. I mean the Unified Communication Solution that is not allowed to be sold on ME. Probably in a couple of quarters time that also will be there in the system. So we will be having a complete voice portfolio on top of the data portfolio we have within the HPN products. And coming to the sales certification side, we have two tracks. One is on the sales side and another one is on the technical side. We have ASP is the basic certification which has to be done on the sales, and ASC is the advanced level one. Then there are two tracks, especially like one is for the enterprise networking and another one is on the security side. For security, basically I mean on the IPS tipping point solution, we need to go for a different track for that. Then going to the technical certification side, we have three levels. One is AAS, the second one is ASC, and the third one is Master ASC. And we have tracks on network infrastructure and wireless and security. There are three different tracks available on that. So probably you need to clear one exam to get this AS certification. Then you need to do 3 papers to get ASC level, and again to do the final one to get that IMASC certification. On top of doing all this certification, what is the added value we get? Like, it is a different level of partnership with the HP. Well, the first one starts with the registered networking specialization. The partner has to be RNS for getting the OPG, I mean special pricing request. We can enable the special pricing request based on the partners who have already an RNS one, I mean a registered networking. For this we need to do a single trail certification. The next level is PNS, I mean professional networking specialization. For that we need to do 2 ASC, I mean 2 sales, and 2 technical certification, and 1 advanced level of technical certification. And the third level is advanced network specialization. This is the ANS networking specialization is the advanced level of partnership we can have with HPN for basically to sell some core components with the data center switches. We need to have this partnership level to get the credibility to sell all those stuffs to the market. And the next slide is about the IDIS online configurator tool. If you're clicking this link, it will take you to an online version of networking. I mean, it will take you to the place where you can find all the switches. This will be like this. The IDIS configurator tool will be like this, and we can discuss this about in detail on the next sections. And getting into the next slide, I think we are done with. So probably these are all the contact details. So if there is any queries on the HP networking, you can get in touch with these people. And you can also mail to sales.value@redingtongulf.com for any further inquiries on the HP networking. So thank you.